looking at your goal. So, if, for instance, you want to have a general wellness, everyday wellness, then you might not necessarily need a gym. So, if you want to lose weight, if you want to build some muscles, you would need a gym. So, actually, somebody might just want to feel good in their body, and they just want to sweat and then need some stress. Okay, then some basic things like walking, skipping, running around, doing some jumping jacks in the house will work for you. Okay, but for somebody who needs to lose a certain quantity of calories, somebody who needs to put on a certain amount of weight, or somebody who needs to build a certain quantity of muscles to lose a certain weight, or change their physique to look a certain way, would need the gym for that effect. You know, depending on whatever your goal is, then I think you would be able to
Mm.
know where it
Okay.
actually fits
All
for you.
right. All right. I think it makes sense. So it varies from people to people. So whatever your goal
Exactly.
is, if you want to lose weight, then maybe you might need a gym. If your goal is to be able to gain some muscles, then you might need a gym. But basic fitness, you just being active a bit, does not necessarily need a gym. I think I get
Yeah.
that. Now you work with a lot of clients. I mean, different clients altogether. How common is sedentary lifestyle among people?
Well, so a lot of the times, sometimes
Felix, you sound far again. Felix.
okay, so is it better now?
Yes, it's better.
Yeah, so I'm saying a lot of the clients I've worked with sometimes when I engage them in the reason they want to start working out, and try to find out what they are doing. You find out that these people are very busy people, mostly in the corporate world,
Mm,
sedentary people who sit down a lot. So the
mm,
question is what made you want to come to the gym this time? It would be some basic factors like okay, some health conditions that have developed over time as a result of their everyday lifestyle, sitting down, not moving too much. So when it gets to that point, you realize sometimes that when you go to the hospital, the doctor will just advise them, bro, you need to visit the gym and then do this and this and that. So you
mm.
find out they come to us and then we will take them from there. So a lot of the century, they don't have time to realize that health is really prioritizing their health. It's affecting certain areas, and then
Hello, hello.
I can hear you.
But I can't hear you quite well. But I can hear you now. I wasn't hearing you earlier.
Okay, so
Mm,
I'm saying, so usually it's something that triggers most sedentary people or people in the corporate world
mm.
to force them to come to the gym. Yeah, you understand? But I don't think you should sit down and wait till something triggers you to come to the gym. If you start on time, it's going to go a long way to help you to prevent some future ailments that can develop.
Mm.
Because if it's all movement, and then so if it comes
Right. Okay, Felix. I'm still struggling. I think it's a network to hear you. Yes, I'm still struggling to hear you clearly. So maybe we can try one more time. Yeah, but make the point you're trying to make one more time. Let's see if it will work this time around.
okay, so I actually need to be sure you're hearing me.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Can hear me now.
Hello, hello. All right, I think I lost the Felix there. we'll try and get him back on the line, and then we can continue the conversation. But I think he was making a point around the fact that, I mean, he works with a lot of people, and he sees that most of them are sedentary, and that is one of the reasons why people actually come to the gym. But he says that different people come for different reasons. People come to him to train them for different reasons, but sedentary is quite common. And I gave you the stats a while ago, that sedentary lifestyle is actually leading to a lot of obesity. Some people hypertension and all of that, and all of these things are affecting a lot of people. And so we're having this conversation. I just wanted him to actually lay that particular foundation as well, and he's confirmed that is something that he sees among a lot of people, especially corporate workers or people who are in the professional spaces. And so that is that. We'll have further conversations. He'll share with us some practical and some simple fitness habits that you can actually implement in your day-to-day life, so that you can be a bit active, or as you can stay fit generally. And also, he's going to share with us some, maybe even at the workplace, what can you do? He will tell us all of those things so that you can stay fit. And so please don't go anywhere. Stick and stay. We're trying to reconnect him. Once we get him, we'll bring him back on the lines. Keep enjoying this one, and we'll be right back. Felix Asiedu back on the call, and he's a fitness trainer, and he's helping us have a conversation this morning on how, simple ways to be able to stay active and also stay healthy. And we're talking about fitness for every single day. And Felix is back on the line now. Felix, welcome back to the show.
Hey, Remy. Well, thank you very much.
All right. I hope this helps this time around, so we don't have to drop the call again. All right. So, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So you're asking me about how important the gym is to sedentary people, right?
Not exactly. So I was asking whether you see, how common sedentary lifestyle is among the people, some of the people that you train.
Oh yeah, it's true. So as of now, the majority of my clients are actually sedentary people. Yes. So, but the most common reasons they give is just because they realize over the period of time the sedentary lifestyle was affecting their health or the other, and then that forced them to come to the gym. So it's kind of like, for instance, somebody who realized their metabolism kept slowing down because they've not been doing a lot of movement as a result of the work that they do. It starts affecting their blood pressure and their cholesterol starts rise. Then so they realize that there are some basic activities like climbing stairs is even a challenge. Sometimes as lifting their children is a problem. Maybe then to pick up some simple things on this basic everyday lifestyle was even becoming a problem. Then they sit down and then realize, okay, so if I don't do something about this, maybe the next few years it might get worse. So they come to the gym and then we start rectifying the whole situation from there. But you don't really need to wait for it to get to that extent before you start prioritizing your health. Okay, so going to the gym or doing something to make life simple for you as far as your health is concerned should be one of your topmost priorities. Because at the end of the day, the body is what carries us around in what we are doing. That is the only thing that we have here. Whatever you do, you will need your body to do it, and it is the things that you have inside your body that is holding you. For instance, your muscles and your bones that is holding you to do these things. So if you don't take care of them as much as you take care of the exterior of your body, people would go a whole lot of an extra mile to look good outside their body, to do their facials, their nails, everything that as far as their external features are concerned, they'll go any mile to make it look good. But what about what is going on inside the body? If you don't prioritize that, you don't have any reason to you won't take you much. Then you start you are older than I see. I have a 20-year-old person in the gym that I'm taking, a 20-year-old, and you would be shocked. The person can even bend.
Wow.
Yes, and already has a blood pressure issue. How do we get to point? You understand? So what should a 60-year-old woman also do?
Right.
Yeah. So it's my advice is you don't really need to sit down to get to that extent. You should start now. Do something. Move. Basic things. Walk. Jump. Just at the end of it, make sure your body is moving.
It's moving.
Yes.
Right, and I believe that will help greatly. So let's look at some of the specific things that people can do. So for someone with a busy schedule, or someone like the 20-year-old who is unable to bend and they are struggling and all of that, what are some simplest or some simple ways to be able to start getting active again, apart from the gym?
Okay, so let's assume, okay, it's not even an assumption. Your body is all that you have, but let's put the gym aside for now. So When you wake up, you can do some basic things that skipping. You don't even need a skipping rope to do that. Okay, you can just jump and then roll your hands as though you create that impression as though you are using an actual skipping rope.
Mm.
Yes, just it is very basic. Just do maybe 5 times, 10 times, as many as you can do. You can just jump around. You can just walk around. You can squat. You know, yeah, just do some basic sit ups. Do some basic planks. These are things that you can do in your room. The moment you wake up, you can just
Mm. All right. I think we lost Felix again, unfortunately. Let me see if. Hello, Felix. Can you hear me? Hello, Felix. Wow. All right. Still facing some challenges getting Felix to have a stable connection, but we'll see how we can do that. But he's making some very good points that there are some young people, very young people, but they are unable to do certain things. They are unable to bend. They have high blood pressure, hypertension, obesity, and all of that as a result of their sedentary lifestyle. And so we are seeing that amongst a lot of people. And I told you that the World Health Organization actually has released a report to that effect that so many people are actually sedentary and it is affecting their health and it's leading to a lot of non-communicable diseases. And it's alarming if you look at the numbers that are being recorded. I think 1 in every 4 people that you encounter might be suffering from any of these things that we're speaking about. And so it's very important that we put up a very good lifestyle. So that's what we're talking about these things. We're not talking about six packs. We're not talking about intense gym routines. And so Felix has mentioned some of those things. The basic things he said you can do is just do like you are skipping. You don't necessarily have to have a rope in your hand, but just that particular you try jumping and act like you're skipping. That is very helpful. And also, he says that you can squat. Yeah, squatting is also very helpful. There are some people that do not squat at all, and it's quite unfortunate. It's affecting you. You might not know, but your waist is actually getting affected. And so, we'll try and get Felix back on the line, and then we can continue the conversation. Felix, can you hear me now? Hello, Felix. Can you hear me now? Okay. I don't think I have Felix. I'll try and see if I can get him back, and then we can continue the conversation. We're trying to do that. Oh yeah, so that is one of the things. You can jump. I know that walking is also one of them. Yeah, but many people wonder whether walking is effective. Felix will be explaining all of that to us shortly when he's back on the line. And so please don't go anywhere. Stick and stay. Decisions. the conversation. Felix, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Sorry about the
Oh, it's
network.
okay, Charlie. I know it's not your fault. Yeah, we know what is happening. So
Yeah.
go ahead. Yes, you were making a point around some of the things that people can do. You
Yeah.
talked
So I
about
was giving a
jumping
list.
and squatting.
Yeah, I was giving a list of some basic
Mm.
things that you can do. Yeah. So you could also do some walking lunges. You could just if you don't understand or know what walking lunges is, I'm sure you could just research it and then see how the movement is done. You don't need any equipment to do that. Some basic, just stepping forward and kneeling, and then stepping forward and then kneeling. Yeah, so that is
Mm.
what a walking lunge is. You could also just bend over and raise your body up. You bend over and then you raise your body up. You could do some basic push-ups. So push-ups also can work for you. Then you could. I already mentioned some sit-ups too, so that should also work for you. So all these things are some pretty basic things that you can just incorporate in your
Mm.
regular lifestyle to be able to stay fit if you don't have the time to go to the gym. It's not much.
Mm.
It doesn't really take much. It's something that you just need to be intentional about and say, okay, this time I'm setting this time up to do this particular activity to kind of like
Yeah.
prioritize your health. That's it.
Mm.
So it's not that difficult.
I see. Right. So, when you talk about the walking, the regular walking, people say it's also very helpful. How effective is that?
Walking is very helpful. In
Mm.
fact, it's part of the very basic movements that you do when you are born. It's 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 more of okay. So you see, there are two kinds of workouts. There are the aerobics workouts. There are the anaerobics workouts, and so walking falls under the aerobic workouts, which simply means that it's one of the activities that you do that you don't necessarily need weights, and then you don't really have to activate a whole lot of muscle work to do. So your heart is actively involved when you're doing so, which will give you a lot of avenue to sweat. So when you are walking, you need to cover a certain distance, okay, to make it effective. So it's not like you are just doing 1, 2 steps, then you're going to sit down, or you do 1, 2 steps, and you're going to sit down. There are these smartwatches that people use this time. So if you want to incorporate walking to be an intentional exercise that you are doing, then you need to set a certain goal for it. So let's say if you can't count the steps, give yourself time. Maybe I'm walking for 15 minutes, I'm walking for 20 minutes,
Mm.
and then give yourself a certain tempo, a certain rhythm that you are walking and sustain it. Okay, so if you are walking slow, maintain it and then progress as you heat up.
Mm.
I don't know if you understand what I'm
Yeah, I
saying.
get it.
Yes, so you start just by walking slow, and then the moment you start heating up, then you start increasing the pace and increasing the pace and increasing the pace. By the time you are done with the number, if you are doing 15 minutes, by the time you are done with the 15 minutes, you find out that your heart is really pounding, your heart is pumping enough blood, then you are sweating too. So it is really going to count, and you find out that you shed a certain quantity of calories, which if you sustain it over a period of time, you find out that you are actually more agile, more active than you
Mm.
were when you started.
Right.
So walking is extremely effective. Don't take it for granted. If you don't
Mm.
have the gym and anything, you really should walk.
All right. So what do you recommend? Is it the distance or the time, or even the steps?
So distance and time walk hand in hand. Okay, let's take it as though you have just your your corridor, maybe a very short corridor. When you walk back and forth for let's assume 1 hour walking back and forth on a very short corridor, it would be equivalent to somebody who has actually walked this let me say a 1 hour distance at the same
Yeah.
place that you are doing.
Right.
But it's not different from walking on a treadmill. You are static, but you are moving.
Mm.
So the distance matters, but don't restrict it to just one thing. If you can use your street, you can whatever you have available is what I think you should do. If you have a treadmill in your house, then you think you can go out to do, you can just use your treadmill, set the time, and then do it. If you can actually walk out, you can just go outside and then do it. But if it is 30 minutes, set it up. That is, if you can't count the steps, if you don't have the means or the medium to count your steps, just use time. So I'm doing 30 minutes. When your 30 minutes is up, you are done. But if you can count the steps, then you might not necessarily need to watch time. Just walk and then monitor the number of steps that you are taking over a period of time. When you hit that target, you are done. But over a period of time, you should be increasing it. Okay, just to try and record your progress. So maybe if you were able to walk 10 minutes yesterday, today try and do 12 minutes. Then maybe tomorrow try 13 minutes, try 14 minutes. It's called progressive overloading. If you're not using weights, this time you are using your body weight. So it's called being progressive about what you are doing. So it's a means of also trying to track your improvements to see if your heart can contain. Because
Mm.
it is an aerobic workout, so you are working out your heart. So if your heart cannot take 10 minutes, you know that okay, 9 minutes is my limit. So the next time you push yourself to hit 10 minutes,
Mm.
then the next time you push yourself to hit 11 minutes,
Then you keep
12
increasing it.
minutes. So over a period of time, you realize that now I can do 30 minutes. Now I
Wow.
can do 40 minutes. Now I can
Mm.
do. So it will.
All right, I think I lost Felix again. Let me see if I can one more time try bringing him back. But I mean, he's making very salient points about walking. Some people think that walking is not effective, but he says that it's very effective as a workout for you to do. Just walking up and down, pacing up and down, and increasing it with time will actually help you greatly. It will help your heart. And so that's a very important point. When he comes back, before we wrap everything up, he's going to tell us about stretching because I understand that stretching is also very important. I'll ask him how important that is, and then he will tell us what he also thinks. But I think that in as much as we face some challenges with a network, you have some basic things that you can do, and it's very important. He spoke about the importance of these staying active really, and how that helps you to stay fresh, your skin and all of that. It affects your skin. I understand from engagements with some fitness people, they tell us that yes, it makes you look fresh and also makes you very healthy. You are able to do things that you ordinarily won't be able to do. And so, very important conversation. Let me see. Once I'm able to get him, we'll continue the conversation. But if you want to join the conversation, if you have questions, feel free to send them to me. 0544321019, 0544321019, or you can also call me on 030 and then I give you the opportunity to ask your questions this morning. We have some 5 minutes to go, and so Felix will wrap up with us now and then we can go. But we are streaming live on Facebook as well at ZFMGH and on YouTube at Z Multimedia. Please drop a comment under the live stream and we'll read them for you. Felix, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
All right. So I think we've spoken extensively about walking. Maybe finally, let's touch on stretching. I understand it's very important, is it?
It is very important, yeah. It's very
Mm,
important.
I see. So what are some basic stretches that people can do?
So if it comes to stretching, sometimes um, depending on the body parts that you are working out. For instance, if it's a gym something that you are doing, then I will know which particular body parts that I will need to stretch to accommodate the workout that you are coming to do.
Mm.
But if it is a general stretching that you do, maybe you wake up in the morning, just one stretch, then you would you could do something like raise your hands up and then kind of like pull your spine, try to pull your spine up. I don't if you I think the next time I might need to be present to demonstrate for you to see.
In fact, that's exactly what I was thinking. That it would
Yeah.
be better for you to be here so you can demonstrate, and then those on Facebook can actually see.
Yeah. Yes, I can just but I'll try my best to describe what I'm trying to say.
Sure. I think we can get you anyway.
Yes. Okay. So you can also try to bend and then stretch your palm to touch your toe without bending your knees.
Mm.
Okay. So you bend it and then you hold it for a few seconds. Then you can open your legs and then you just twist and wind your waist. Okay? Just wind your waist
Mm.
twice, anti-clockwise. Then you can bend backwards, hold. You can bend forward and stretch your hands forward, hold. You could raise your hands up and bend to the side and you hold. Then do the same thing to the left and you hold. You can also move your left leg forward and then push it and feel the stretch in your thighs and your hamstrings. Then you can change and do the same thing to the other legs too. Yes, these movements will help you ease some tensions in your muscles. Okay, so the tensions that have built up in your muscles. Sometimes when you're sleeping, you
Yeah.
see your previous activities in your previous day, it will just help ease it up and then make you feel loose to start your day. So these are some very basic ones. So next time I'm sure I'm coming to your place. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. So I think that point is also made. Now, maybe finally, so some people actually say that they don't have time. How do you respond to that?
Well, like I told you the last time, and it's all a matter of priorities. Like everybody has time to do something. Because in a 24-hour period of time, you cannot be busy throughout. So if it is important to you, I'm sure you will be able to make some time, at least 10, 15 minutes. It's not too much to do for yourself. So you can't come to if you don't have time to come to the gym, just make out some 10, 15 minutes for yourself to do the basic movements that we have described since we've been talking. Yeah, just for your own self. For the matter of time, I don't think anybody should use that as an excuse. Because until you the last minute that you realize that your body is demanding you to do some things, you find out that you had the time or just work. So I really don't think time should be an excuse. Though a lot of people use it, but I don't think you should use it.
It should be an excuse.
Your health is the only thing that you have to do. If you fall off right now, you won't be able to do whatever is keeping you from saying you don't have
time. Right, that's true.
Yeah. So just make out some 10, 15 minutes. It's not much to do for yourself.
Okay. All right. Felix, I know I said finally, but there's this last one. If I don't ask you, some people will come for my head. The issue about consistency. Some people have the motivation to start, and when they begin, they are unable to continue. Maybe in 30 seconds, just tell me how somebody can be consistent. I know that you work with a lot of people. Some people come to you and they are not very much motivated to keep coming. What do you tell them to come to be consistent?
Well, first of all, the most important thing is making the decision to start. Okay, and then when you start, is not pressure. Consistency is gradual.
Mm.
Okay, so before you were not even coming at all. So if you can do once a week, start with that. Once a week, once a week.
Mm.
Then as time goes on, you would
Then
be
you
able
build it.
2 times a week.
Mm.
Then you build on it 3 times a week.
Right.
But it is better than not starting at all.
Okay.
If you can do just once a week and you will keep it up for the whole year, it's better than not starting at
At
all.
all. Okay.
Yeah.
Felix, thank you very much. Really grateful that you made time to join me this morning. Unfortunately, we had some challenges with the network. We couldn't have a very we couldn't have a full conversation, but I think we've made quite a lot of progress as well. But I'm really grateful to you. Thanks so much for making time to join us.
Thank you for having me.
All right. I wish you the best.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, so that was Felix Asiedu. Felix is a fitness trainer, and he joined us this morning talking about some simple ways you can use to actually stay active and stay healthy. And he says walking, jumping, squatting, all of these are things you can do to be able to keep your body moving. Because if you break down, you won't be able to come back to the things. And he says that some people say they don't have time, but that is not the case. It is because you are not making time. So make time and stay healthy. You know, of course, we brought you this conversation because of our lifestyle pillar, just so that we can make sure that you are fit enough to be able to do the businesses that you're doing. So thank you very much for listening to us. If you missed any part of the conversation, you are free to visit our social media platforms. We're on Facebook at ZFMGH and on YouTube at Z Multimedia. The video will be there. You can go and play it back. Just get a sense of exactly what we spoke about. Do some more research into it and start practicing it. And over time, you will do well. So thank you very much. My name is Nitrebi Hammond. We're back again tomorrow for more interesting conversations. Until then, please keep listening to Z 101.9 FM and take very good care of yourself. I'll see you tomorrow. Up next is The Brighter Side with Jeremy Okori Amwako. And when you think Ghana, think Z. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And also do follow us on all our socials. On TikTok at Z Multimedia, LinkedIn at Z Multimedia, YouTube at ZTV, IGX, and Facebook at ZFMGH.